Ali Duzette here, and today is day 14, woohoo, of our 30-day Money Miracles Challenge. And today we are working on the feelings that we feel around having to pay for things. We are working out of this book, 30 Days of Belief Work Finances, and we're kind of going through it together at aliduzetclasses.com. But like the videos from here are what are going in there, and then I've copied and pasted the text from each day of this book into the class work of aliduzetclasses.com. Okay, have you ever felt like it was unfair to pay for a good or service? I think a lot of us actually do feel like some goods and services are really unfair to have to pay for. I mean, a great example of this is healthcare, where, there's this big movement for like free healthcare. Everybody deserves healthcare. We all have a right to free healthcare. And yet, I mean, like a lot of people feel like it's unfair that they have to pay for their own healthcare, and certainly the healthcare system, in my opinion, is like extremely broken. I just had a big hospital stint earlier this year and ended up with massive hospital bills for like ridiculous stuff that as of this recording, I'm still negotiating with the hospitals over because they charged me wrongly. Like I'm not going to say that all healthcare charges are fair or that everything that they charge is the right thing to charge and so forth. But do we feel entitled to things that maybe we should pay for? One thing with the whole free healthcare concept, of course, is if the healthcare is free, who pays the doctors? I mean, like, the only way that you can have something for free is if someone else is forced to do it for free. That's the only way things happen truly for free. You've heard that thing, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Someone's paying for that lunch, right? Someone has to pay for that free healthcare. Free healthcare is just healthcare that everybody pays for as a group, but it's not free. It just means that there's more taxes, right? But looking back at my medical experience, and I don't know, have you ever felt like it was unfair to have to pay for a good or a service? Have you ever felt like it was unfair? The price of groceries or the price of gas was unfair. And again, sometimes these things are not fair. Sometimes prices, may not, be what we think is right. At the same time, when we judge the pricing that other people have set, when we feel bitterness or anger around having to pay for things, like having to pay for bills, having to pay for heat or light or something like that, when we feel entitled to it and feel jealous and angry because we have to pay for something, or because of the price of something, it clogs the way. It just clogs the way. Ingratitude always blocks blessings. That's how it goes. And a lot of times when we feel jealousy, bitterness, anger, upset around money and having to pay for things and what things are priced as, what that actually is ingratitude. What that actually is a bunch of very just low vibe emotions that just clog up the way and prevent us from experiencing the kind of prosperity that we really actually want to experience. So how do we handle this? Okay. One thing I want us to think about also is that the energy that we feel about, oh, hello.
Mom, I made a new friend.
Oh, that's great. Okay, here's what we need to remember. The energy that we feel about paying others is likely how other people will feel about paying us. Okay? I'll say it again. How you feel about paying other people is probably how they feel paying you. Okay? So it really is worth your time to dig into the parts of yourself that don't like to pay for things. Instead of feeling stress about paying bills or paying for different stuff that you need, when you are in those situations, even when money feels tight, can you consciously go into yourself and take your deep breaths and choose feelings of gratitude instead? Instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, another bill, oh my gosh, it's so high. Can we just mentally choose to say, I feel so grateful for the resources I have to pay this bill. I feel so grateful right now. I will give you the pro tip. I know it can feel wrong to choose into gratitude when you feel so much stress and when you feel like there's nothing there. And I have been there. I have lived that. I have lived paycheck to paycheck for a long time. And I know how stressful it is to have a high bill and be like, that's all my money. Oh my gosh, how am I going to get groceries? The pro tip is that you are in charge of your own feelings, that nobody wins when you feel stressed. You don't owe it to anybody to feel stressed. It may be a family pattern to choose into stress and worry and upset when you see bills and when you have to make payments and stuff, but the only person suffering is you. The bill has to be paid either way, so you can pay it with gratitude or you can pay it with stress, and the choice is up to you. So I want to invite you to consider that as you go about your day to day. How can you shift from feelings of fear and stress into feelings of gratitude? And I don't know. I want to hear your experience with that. And I will see you tomorrow halfway through. Woohoo!